How does that work? You're telling me before you could meet with thousands of women online through a dating app that things were better? Yeah, they were. More people fell in love before the dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
More people
It's a
fell in
fact.
love before everyone was on the internet, on social media. More people went out and met their life partner in person before everyone started staring at their fucking phone. Am I making sense to you?
Yes,
It's
indeed,
all
my
by
man.
design.
It is all by design. Another ride along for you today. This is Jake the Asshole. This is a man that just cuts right through the mustard, right through the fog, just like me. I've been following him, oh my God, probably 4 years, probably a little after COVID. And like many, I saw how he would saw through these conspiracy theories. In fact, Jake, if you subscribe to Jake for a while and you don't have a closed mind, you'll end up unsubscribing to probably half of your subscriptions because you'll realize it's all bullshit. So here's another one. This one got to me because this one strikes a chord. He's talking about dating and how it's kind of like a controlled, it seems like they're really steering everyone to be single, more so than ever. So here's more proof of it. And I had a similar idea like this for years. When I was single after my divorce in 2018, now I was in a high profile band. I was not having a problem meeting women, but I still did the apps. I still did the Tinder. And I had zero luck with it. And I actually did think, I'm like, am I effed up? Is there something wrong with me? But turns out absolutely there's nothing wrong with me besides, well, depends who you ask. But there's nothing wrong with me and there's nothing wrong with you. So let's listen to Jake here. Fucking hate what does.
Have you noticed more and more people are single these days?
Yes, I have, Jake.
There's less and less people in relationships. There's less and less people falling in love. Less and less people creating babies. You think it's some accident? You think it happened that way organically?
I don't.
No, it was no accident.
We'll stop there. I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble, and I really don't want to piss off Jake. I'm a huge fan. I hope to meet the guy. Hopefully I'll meet someday. We could do a jam. Anyways, I'd love to jam with Jake. Anyhow, is he right or is he right? Let's keep going and see what he says. I believe it's planned.
This is by design. The reason why you hear all the women saying, all men suck, all men are pigs, I can't find a good man. And at the same time, you hear all these MGTOW channels, all these red pill channels telling men, stay away from all these women.
Have you seen it? I've had a ton in my feed, and I'm not going to knock any of them, but it's too far the other way. Like, I understand, guys. Some of us have been through some crazy, crazy shit and some tough, tough situations. That does not mean, I know, because I used to think this does not mean that every woman is garbage. Okay, it doesn't mean that everyone's got it out for you. We'll move along here, but I've seen more of these pro men and these like these alpha male channels where it's like they gang up and they're just like, yep, hey tribe, yep, yeah right tribe it, yep, you got to go to Brazil, you got to go to Thailand, you got to get. I'm not saying those aren't solutions, but we have so much of an overreach. I almost wonder if some of these channels are planned.
There's thousands upon thousands of these red pill channels with these guys that'll tell you, don't date any woman who's over 30. She's hit the wall. Don't date a woman who has a kid. Stay away from the single moms. And you know what? I'm not here to tell you that that's bad advice.
I'm not either. I'm not sure what he's about to say here. What I'm trying to put out there is you're going to close yourself off. If you're thinking like every woman's garbage, every single mom is garbage, every woman over 30 or 40 is garbage, you start playing that game, you're going to close out your possible soulmate, okay? But at the same token, if you pick the wrong one, you're better off being alone than having some mess. I totally get it. Oh God, I'm dropping it. I totally get it. You don't want to mess. But here's the bottom line. There's no guarantees in life. So don't ruin a good thing just because your buddy's, your best friend might be jealous in that one regard if he sees you with a great woman. Um, you got to get these skills through life to understand and kind of discern. There's no guarantees, guys, but at the same time, don't over exaggerate, don't over compensate.
I am here to say is that this is no accident that you have men
That's our point.
Stay away from women. Women are bad. Don't get it.
It does seem like there's a push, whether they're pushing some of these channels that are the women that are like, oh, he's going to get to this in a minute. The women channels are hilarious, but then again, probably because I'm a guy.
Into a relationship, and whatever you do not get married. Don't start a family with some woman who already has a child with some other man. You've heard this, right? Meanwhile, the women are saying, I can't find the good men. Where are all the good men? And you know
that's
what
true.
The women want?
To a point.
I only want a guy
Here's the problem.
over 6 foot who works out at least like 4 or 5 times a week and keeps himself in really good shape. I prefer if he owns his own home. And I also want him to make at least $250,000 a year.
Sorry, Rachel, not yet.
I mean,
we're getting
these
there.
are just my standards. Why should I lower my standards and take a guy who's 5'10" and makes only $200,000 and only works out?
Yeah, so they're breeding these women who are. This is an offense. Some of these women are garbage, and they want a Prince Valiant to save them. But they're 60 pounds overweight. They have a shit attitude. They don't want to put any effort in to their bodies or themselves So good luck with that. You got to bring yourself up. That's why I'm always big on control what you can control. I can't talk today. Control what you can control. You can control your shape. You can control your attitude. You can control what comes out of your mouth. You can control what you avoid. You can control what you attract. You can always say no. You can always shut people out. You always get restraining orders. Whatever you got to do.
Sometimes, no, I deserve the best.
Yeah, they all deserve the best. We all deserve the best, right?
2 kids from 2 other baby daddies, right?
Here's a little side note. None of us deserve shit. It's you do for yourself. You treat yourself the way. I can't even say this. You treat yourself well. That's the only thing that matters. And it's how you allow yourself to be treated by others. Your worth isn't in some other person. I don't know what I was trying to say with that shit.
So,
this gets me all riled up.
Is this happening by accident?
No.
Did it just turn out this way because of a cosmic coinky-dink? No. This is by design, and it's by evil design. The reason why all those apps aren't helping anyone find a relationship, the reason why everyone's bitching about how terrible it is these days, the reason why nobody likes the dating market currently, everybody's complaining about the dating market.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why, you ready? You won't hear this on any MGTOW channel.
I'll pause here. I don't want to use too much of the clip. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble here. Jake, there's a problem. Please message me. I don't want to get in trouble using your stuff here, but it's so on the money. And it triggered a memory for me from a few years ago when I was using the apps. Now, at the time, I was playing lead guitar in a band. We were playing out multiple times a week, all the biggest gigs, tons of women every time. And I was doing pretty good. I mean, but this is soon after I got divorced, so my confidence is low. I wasn't aware. I was looking through different eyes at the time. So I was trying these apps. I couldn't get shit going on those apps. I couldn't believe it. And I'm losing weight. I'm getting in better shape. I thought I looked pretty good at the time. This was back in 2019. Nothing, man. When I started talking to women in real life, it became a problem in the other way. Then I realized, okay, I got to be a lot more selective here, and that's what you do. Live, go out in the world, talk to a woman that you think is worth speaking with. Don't go on those apps. Complete garbage, complete superficial garbage. Everyone knows that by now. I mean, if you're trying to get laid, it's not that hard. Let's see what Jake says here again.
Or any red pill channel. This is the truth pill.
Come on, Jake.
It's an attack on love. Yep, that's it. It's a full-blown attack.
I believe
by
it.
the elites at the tip
I believe
of
it, man. You can feel it.
Who made this plan and executed this plan. They wanted to attack love. They don't want you to fall in love. They don't want you to start a strong family of your.
And I think that's one of the ways that they're going to try to that they are controlling the population. You can call me nuts. I don't care. This is my channel. We're going to talk about what I think is important, what I'm seeing. If you don't like it, I apologize. There's other channels for you. But we're going to talk about what I want on here because this is the shit that bothers me. And I'm so glad Jake said it so eloquently. The only way that either him or Jim Cornette could really ever put it. These are people that are just going to give it to you straight. So in his best Jim Cornette straight ahead manner, I believe it's by design too.
They don't want you to be happy and make lots of money and have a wonderful family. No. So the reason why you see less and less of that, the reason why you see the family unit dying out, the reason why you see less people falling in love is because there's an attack on love.
I believe that. He's got the cutest dog. Ralphie!
Think about it. All these apps.
I believe that firmly, and you can feel it. I'm in a relationship with someone who's 15 years younger than me, okay? And this was a big point of contention for a while. Now we don't think about it. I'm using it as an example because think of all the people. Everyone has such rigid guidelines. They got to be my age. They got to like this. They got to do that. I'm here to tell you, you're not in control of who you're going to fall in love with. Even if you've been around, even if you're older out there, you know you're not in control. It's going to happen how it happens. It's going to happen maybe with an older woman. It might happen with an older woman with 2 kids. And she's perfect. And the kids are pretty cool too. You know what I mean? Like, don't be scared off by a good thing just because, the people on this thing on mainstream are telling you, how it is or how you should feel. In the sitcoms, in the movies, it's all garbage to manipulate you to not have a happy life. You make your decision. You do what makes you happy. If you want to be with someone and you want to be with someone who's older or even way older, do it. If that makes you happy, who cares what people think? But don't let this system control you. And when I heard him speaking like this, man, I'm happy right now. I'm the happiest I've ever been. But it doesn't mean I'm not aware of things, And when I heard him saying this, I'm like, damn.
Are they helping people find
another
love?
layer to the onion is peeled?
Are they helping people find their soulmate, their life partner?
No.
Maybe sometimes, but a lot of people have tried all the dating apps.
Those apps are
and
garbage.
They're saying that the apps suck and don't work. And I kind of have to agree. When the apps first came out, I was getting dates, but then I noticed after a few years, the apps just stopped working. They stopped matching you with people, and then they want you to pay to see your matches. So these apps,
unless we're too picky, nah. But you know what? You should be picky, especially if you're on an app where they're just going through a random stable of partners for you.
Apps are designed to ruin dating and taint the dating game so that you don't date. You don't find a relationship.
Yes, indeed.
So did these apps help? No, they made it worse. And guess what? There's hundreds of them, thousands of them. Straight apps, gay apps.
And it's not intuitive. Everyone's gonna be fake on that. At some point, you're gonna have to meet the person. So why don't you just start off with meeting the person in person? If it goes bad, then you got a funny story. Then you each got a funny story for your friends. No one is staring at you, and who cares what people think? Nobody is focused on you like, oh, look at, you got dumped by that woman. And nobody gives a shit. They got their own stuff they're going through. It's too bright, man. Go on the bright side. Nah, fuck it. Let's keep chugging along with Jake.
Poly apps.
I hope he's cool with this because I'd like to
on Tuesdays apps.
I'd like to implement him into some of my reaction videos because, man, he just says it.
Before these apps, how does that work? You're telling me before you could meet with thousands of women online through a dating app that things were better? Yeah, they were. More people fell in love before the dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
More people
It's a
fell
fact.
in love before everyone was on the internet, on social media. More people went out and met their
close.
life partner in
Sorry,
person before everyone started staring at their fucking phone. Am I making sense to you?
Yes,
It's
indeed,
all
my
by
man.
design.
It is all by design. Maybe we'll fast forward. I think we got the gist, but I don't want to miss a golden nugget here.
Lost it and destroyed it. Let me put it to you like this. Back before a woman had the ability to show off her naked body to tens of thousands of men online, hundreds of thousands of men, millions of men online, before women could choose between thousands of men in the swipe of a finger, before that,
I know he's going with this here. I don't want to ruin it, but basically what he's setting up is before you could just choose thousands of women just by their look, that selection process makes you so picky that you can almost like nobody unless they're 100% perfect. But if you met 5 of those women that you'd scroll through out of the 1,000, you'd be dying to get a date with them in real person. They look differently. They look better. You'd see how they act, how they are in real life, and you would think completely different in real life. Let's see what he says.
Men didn't say that all women are 304s and that women over 30 have hit the wall.
Comment below. What's a
any
304?
Woman who's a single mom is trash, and that all women are sleuths and hoes and whores and all that. Yeah. Men didn't used to say that. And women didn't used to constantly complain how they couldn't find a man. Before the apps existed, people actually found relationships, got married, had kids,
we're all a product of
started families.
We're all a product of it.
Yeah. Before the websites, before the apps, before everyone was staring at their cell phone, people could actually find a suitable mate. And people didn't have these crazy expectations and standards like they do.
Bam! That's what I was waiting for. I'm sorry. I'm trying to cram this in before Rachel comes here for dinner. Chloe Cat's pacing around. So yeah, that's the bingo right there. Our standards got stupid. Stupid. I'm not saying don't have standards. Of course, have standards. But you're eliminating people before you even get a chance to see them based on maybe a bad picture, maybe a weird angle, maybe. I agree. Now, what else we got to wrap it up?
Women didn't used to only date guys who were over 6 foot, who were jacked, who drove a nice car, owned a home, and made over 200 grand. It didn't.
I'm 6'5". I don't make 200 grand. I do own my own home, but I'm happily married at this point, all but officially, but for a second time. But see, if I would have been jaded, I would have never had Rachel in my life. So the person that you're meant to be with, imagine because something went bad before that, you're just going to throw that away because all relationships are bad. There's so many ways to look at this. This bothered me on so many levels. I wanted to pile on and add more to this. And check out Jake the Asshole's channel. I mean, I'll tell you this. If you don't like that channel, you're probably not going to like mine. And have a sense of humor, you know? The guy's got a dog.
It used to be like that. It used to be a woman would find a guy who was good enough, and a guy could find a woman who was good enough, and they could be happy.
Yeah.
But now,
or you push
no
each
one
other.
Wants, good enough. No, everyone has standards,
and it's all just looks what you're going by. Like when you meet someone in person, there's that electricity. There's that vibe. You got to see them in person. The vibe changes everything. Both ways. You could see a fucking 10 beautiful model, and then you meet her, and it's like, oh my god. You could meet a 6, trying to be nice, and she ends up being a 9 because oh my god, she's super cool and she's great in bed. Anyways, I see that.
Huge standards. Crazy.
Yeah, the standards are getting unrealistic. And so, look at yourself
women
too.
With their high standards,
you know, in the fake pictures, everyone's taking the up angle or is it the down angle.
They're saying go your own way. You have tens of thousands of these red pill channels telling you to stay away from the women. Meanwhile, there's one guy here.
So that's going to do it. I'm going to wrap it up. We got dinner time coming, so use some discernment and use your own judgment. Fall in love. All right. Have fun out there.